Hi, this is Roxana from Avid Diva, and today is day number 21 of the 100-day challenge. Today is Opinion Monday, and I want to talk about people that post comments on social media. Now, the reason why I decided to talk about this is because recently there was a gentleman by the name of Craig Sager. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I hope I'm saying his name right. But the thing about it is that the gentleman has been diagnosed with leukemia once again. He is on his third battle with leukemia. Now, for people that know me personally, they know that I hate cancer, but more than hating cancer, I absolutely despise leukemia. That is the reason why my father's no longer with us. After a very long battle, he died last January. So I'm really not happy with that disease at all. The thing about it is that when people post comments, most people will post very positive comments, very nice comments. Prayers, hope you get better, good vibes, etc. There's always a couple of people that find it amusing to go ahead and troll and put nasty comments and put comments about God doesn't exist, so why are you praying for this person and things like that. And what I have to say today is a very simple message. Now, when you sit around in your computer hiding behind the fact that you're anonymous up to a point to start talking trash, you're either really stupid, a moron, heartless, or you're just hurting so much that you figure you will hurt other people. Now, as I've always said, whatever you say, online or off, says more about you than it does about the person you're talking about. In this case, it's very sad and very disconcerting. Now, there's also a gentleman by the last name of Ford in Canada that used to be a councilman or something. And he was a very colorful character, and I had noticed that in the recent months I hadn't heard anything about him. He was also diagnosed with cancer, and he is not doing very well in his battle with cancer. And one of the things that I did notice in the comments was that an American person was saying that Canadians have been overwhelmingly supportive in social media for this guy, even people that didn't like him. People would actually post. I really not a fan of this guy, but prayers or good vibes or whatever. And there's something about cancer specifically and about any disease that can take your life in 1 minute that makes normal human beings have a heart. And when people start talking about things like whether God exists or not on an article or a forum that is directed towards people that are trying to survive cancer, the only thing I can say to you is that's not the place for it. You might have a legitimate reason and not be a troll, but you are going to be considered a troll when you do that in that particular forum. Now, you have every right to believe that God exists or doesn't exist. I'm not saying you have to believe in something. What I am saying is that if you want to have that debate in the appropriate forum. Don't sit on somebody's deathbed talking about whether or not God exists or not. Now, as far as religious people, I know that when somebody near you is dying of cancer, you even doubt that God exists. So when you make comments like that, you make people like that hurt. And for those reasons, I wish that as annoying, as supportive, as whatever you think you're doing by posting those comments in those particular articles, you reserve those kinds of comments for the forums appropriate for those kinds of comments, if that makes sense at all. So what do you think? Do you think that just because it's on social media, people have the right to start berating people that believe? Or do you think there should be some sort of decency or some sort of good feelings towards the person that is battling cancer, so that people will just post overwhelming positive comments for that person to feel better? Now, again, this is Roxana for Avid Diva. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a good night.